What's up? Black men overvalue external currency and undervalue internal currency. Confidence with nothing. Now, if you're a black man out there and you're trying to self-improve and gain a grounded identity in being a black man, I have a deep dive guide on all the things of learning who to look up to in black history, eating healthier, having a more calisthenics-based workout, becoming more financially literate, and also learning to come together with other black men on a week-to-week basis to self-improve and gain a grounded identity in being a black man. If you're interested in that, the link for that will be in the bio section of my YouTube channel. Just click on that, internalize that, and become the strongest version of yourself as a black man. Now, there's so many times when I look at black men, even myself at times when I was younger, I would oftentimes overvalue money. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, why would you overvalue money? What you mean overvalue money? You need money to survive, and that's money, and that's important. I'm not trying to take away that it's important, but I think we think that that replaces uh, who we actually are. We think that that is our value. You think that if we have money and we have a lot of money and we have a lot of riches, that's what makes us valuable. And I think the problem is with a lot of guys that want to portray an image, a lot of guys who think they have to go out there and become successful to be valuable. That's the problem, right? And there's so many times where we think that the money is what gives us value. The cars is what gives us value. The houses is what gives us value. And if anything, if you only are confident when you have a lot of money, if you're only are confident when you have a nice car and a nice house, if you're only confident if you can add something external to your life, maybe something that you that you have, something that you can provide to somebody. If you're only confident through what you can provide and through your money, then you're not really confident, right? You have to be a black man in this world who has confidence even when you don't have a reason to be confident, right? And it comes down to how you actually treat yourself and how you feel about yourself. That's going to be the most ultimate form of confidence that nobody can take away from you, and it's not movable, right? It's something internal. It's something that really can't be changed unless you change yourself, right? So it's internal. It can't easily just be given and taken away. When you have money, you don't really have value, right? We try to attach it because oftentimes we can see out there in the world that when somebody got money, all of a sudden people think they're more competent than what they are. People think they're more valuable than what they are, right? I'm here to tell you, money does not make you valuable. It's only when we can put money in its accurate and right position in our mind is when we can utilize money and make the most of it. Because if we think that money is the thing that gives us value, then we're not looking at the thing that actually should be giving us value, right? And so look at it from a producer's mindset. Look at it from a creator's mindset. You make money, you produce money. Human beings created money, right? So you are never gonna be a person where money is more important than you. Understand, you made money, you created money, right? It's currency. You're supposed to use it as a tool. It's not the things that gives you value. Oftentimes when we be around materialistic people and people who they place a whole bunch of value on money over people, over relationships, we start to see that we think that that's all that life is about, right? I'm trying to be a guy who's going to be confident even if I don't have much in life, right? Because I understand I'm the most valuable thing. My energy is the most valuable thing. My presence is the most valuable thing. My mind is the most valuable thing, right? And that's why a lot of guys, we have this individualistic type of mindset around success. Like, oh, I gotta have a car, I gotta have a house, I gotta have this, I gotta have a lot of money, and I would be good, man, right? So those are the things, like, because I understand we look at it from a survival mechanism, but at the end of the day, uh we've placed a lot of value on money, like we need that for survival. And I'm not trying to say we don't need it. I'm not trying to be like ludicrous and act like we don't need money. Yes, we need money. It's a part of our society. We need money to survive, right? But understand, it's a tool. It's not you. You actually just need yourself to survive. You actually have to know how to use your mind to survive, right? A person who doesn't know how to do anything in real life, the more they need money, they need somebody to they have to pay somebody to do this, pay somebody to do this, pay somebody to do that, right? A lot of the times that's what we're facing so many times when it comes to black men and even the world. We think that our value, and that's why it's so important for black men to be in this mindset, because when you can take away that mindset of the money gives me value, you understand you're the creator, you're the one that's in a powerful position, you're the producer. That's when you can step in a place where you understand that the money is only a tool. You know, the money shouldn't be pedestalized. You have to pedestalize yourself, right? So understand that, man, right? And the internal currency is the things that can build you up from the inside. You know, the things that can make you feel rich on the inside, the things that can make you feel sufficient on the inside, right? And that all got to do with your internal confidence. And there's so many things that play into that, right? Because it's when you prioritize your internal confidence and your internal happiness, that's when you step into a place where you understand the money is not where it's at. The money is not where the happiness is at. It's in how I build myself up from the inside. That's where the happiness is at, right? Because happiness isn't measured in dollar bills. It's going to be measured in relationships. It's going to be measured in, most importantly, how you feel about yourself, right? And then the money can amplify that. The money can amplify you showing your personality, expressing yourself more, being more of yourself, right? And then enjoying that with other people. So the mindset I'm trying to get people to be in is understand who's the creator, understand who's the producer. And when you understand that you are, that's when you can step into a mindset where money all of a sudden isn't something you have to fiend over, right? You just have to really, if you want the most money in the world, you just have to know how to use your mind. You just have to know how to create, right? And when you do that and you actually take the value from the money and you put it back on yourself, you're more valuable than $1 billion. You know, understand that. Like, black men have to actually understand you're more valuable than $1 trillion, than $1 million, than $1 bazillion, right? Because think about it, when people see a lot of money, they like, oh, but when you see a human being, you like, right? You actually have to comprehend that you're actually more valuable than anything on this planet Earth. You're more valuable than anything. A black man, you're more valuable than anything on this planet Earth. You're really the blueprint of the planet Earth and of humankind, right? So understand that. That's pretty much all I got to say. Peace out.